Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this July the 2nd, 2025. I'm hoping everybody had a great Wednesday out there so far. Everybody has a great Wednesday evening. Hope everybody continue to stay safe and well, and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in tonight's video, we're going to be taking a look at the tropics here and also the lower 48 as well. As you can see, here is Flossie. Continue to pull away from the Mexican coast. You can see more activities scattered about here, potentially moving westward as well. Got another system here down in the southwestern Caribbean Sea and across South America, Central America, South America. Got some scattered activity. More activity in the tropical Atlantic. You can see another little cluster here in the MDR region, also in portions of the central tropical Atlantic. This here looks like it's got a little bit of a spin trying to develop, so I have to continue to monitor that. Got some activity along the east coast, along a cold front stretching from Maine to South Carolina to Florida, back to Texas, as that front continues to sag to the south and east across the northern Gulf and also into the Atlantic coastal water. We're going to have tropical development possible off the southeast coast. Has about a 40% chance of development. We'll show you that at the end of the video. Also, we got scattered activity across Texas to a portion of Oklahoma and also in the portion of Kansas. Also a little bit up around the Great Lakes. And also up here around Montana down towards Arizona region as well. Activity there also. Got another system here kind of moving to the Pacific Northwest as well. Alright, if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Also like these videos, share these videos, and let's continue to get the show on the road there, folks. Alright, you can see we got some heavy rain and flash flooding possible across Florida, the west coast of Florida that is, across Texas and New Mexico. Also got some severe weather up here in portions of North Dakota, and a little bit over toward New Jersey, New York, over toward Massachusetts, Connecticut, also to Rhode Island. Alright, we got thunderstorms and showers from New Brunswick to Maine to Pennsylvania to Michigan to Wisconsin to Minnesota to Montana to Oregon to Utah to Colorado to Texas, all the way down to Louisiana, up toward Missouri and Kansas and Oklahoma, then down into the northern Gulf, Atlantic coastal water, and also across Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina, southeastern Virginia regions as well. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Thursday. Here's a look at your Independence Day forecast. Happy 4th of July coming up this Friday. As you can see, we got thunderstorms and showers up here from New Brunswick to Maine to southeast Canada, and also along the coastal waters of the Atlantic, down across southern South Carolina, Georgia, eastern Gulf, and the Florida Keys. Then again from Louisiana to Texas to northern Mexico and Arizona up to Nebraska to Iowa. Over far west is Montana to Idaho, Oregon, and Nevada and Utah region. Colorado you're included. Also up here around Wisconsin to Minnesota to Michigan to Ohio and Indiana. Even around Lake Superior and Lake Huron regions as well. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Independence Day, or 4th of July, which is Friday. Alright, let's take a look at the current watch and warning advisory map for you located across the nation. This is currently, as you can see, it's not a too bad of a watch and warning advisory map, not a colorful map like we usually do, but as you can see, we got some flood advisories over here in the PD region of South Carolina, southeast North Carolina. Also got some flood warnings in effect for area rivers for portion of Arkansas and also Louisiana, East Texas. Got some flood advisories also in effect for Oklahoma. Got some special weather statements up here in Michigan, Wisconsin, also Minnesota, and portion of Iowa, and also portions of Montana, Idaho, also Utah, and also a little bit down into portion of Arizona. Got some flash flood warnings in West Texas, flash flood watches for portions of southwestern areas of New Mexico, southern Arizona. Some blow and dust advisories and some air quality alerts there as well. More air quality alerts for Southern California into Colorado. Heat advisories in Montana. Red flag warnings over here. Let me make sure. Yep, red flag warning for Nevada. Also a portion of Oregon and also areas of Washington State. Alrighty. Alright, we got some small craft advisory gale warnings from Southern California up to Oregon State, and a little bit up here around the Boston area as well. Alright, you can see the tropical storm warnings over here in the coastal areas, the west coast of Mexico for Flossie, and you can see Hawaii Chain Island looks good. North side got some small craft advisory. Inland we got some heat advisories to the north. Central, red flag warnings. To the south, hydro issues. Alright, now let's move on to the Storm Prediction Center outlook. This is for your Thursday, and it's going to look something like this. Alrighty, we've got marginal risk up here in portion of Maine, all the way down to Baltimore area, all the way back to portion of Watertown, east of Rochester, also in Chicago, Milwaukee, up to La Crosse, and also Minneapolis, and then again up here in portions of eastern areas of Montana, northwestern areas of South Dakota, and also into portions of Fargo area of Minnesota, or North Dakota that is, excuse me. And then we got slight risk around Minute, Bismarck, and Grand Forks. And then again from Albany to Springfield to Binghamton, Scranton, New York City, Philadelphia, marginal risk, general thunderstorm elsewhere in the green, from Montana to Texas, from Florida to the Carolinas to Ohio, back into portion of Minnesota, and also Wisconsin. Alright, tornado probability is going to look like this. 2% up here in North Dakota. Damaging winds going to look like this. 5 to 15% up across the northeast. Also in portions of North Dakota. 5% across portions of Wisconsin down into Illinois. And the large hail going to look like this. 5 and 15% over North Dakota. 5% from Pennsylvania to Maine. Alright, let's move on to day number 3. And it's going to look something like this. Alright, marginal risk from up here from Peoria to to Aberdeen to Minneapolis to Duluth, and also surrounding areas. General thunderstorm from Roanoke to Columbia to Miami to New Orleans to Fort Stockton, all the way over to Great Falls, Montana, and Boise, Idaho. Probability is going to look like this for your Independence Day. 5% respectively across the north, from portions of from Norfolk all the way up to Duluth, Michigan. Alright, tropical weather outlook. It's going to look something like this. It's going to have that 40% chance of development off the southeast coast. Here it is right here. They took it out of the Gulf, moved it right along the southeastern U.S. This was at 8 p.m. this evening near the southeastern U.S. An area of low pressure could develop along a weakening frontal boundary near Florida or the Atlantic coastal coast of the southeastern U.S. by this weekend. Environmental conditions appear only marginal conducive for some slow development, but a tropical or subtropical depression could form in this region over the weekend or early next week while the system drifts northward or northeastward. Regardless of development, heavy rain is possible across portions of the southeast U.S., particularly across the west central Florida coast. Formation chance through 48 hours, low 0%. Formation chance through 7 days, medium 40%. Alright, let's move on to the Eastern Pacific real quick. We're going to take a look at that Flossie. Alrighty, still waiting on it to come up here. Okay, here's Hurricane Flossie still. If you're tracking it home, this was at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time today. Located near latitude 19.5 north, longitude 109.8 west. Movement is to the northwest at 9 miles an hour. Minimum central pressure is 974 millibar, and the maximum sustained winds are 100 miles per hour. And the system below that, below Flossie that I was showing, south of Mexico. As soon as we see if it'll pop back up here in a minute. This is 11 a.m. this morning, Pacific Daylight Time. An area of low pressure is forecast to develop several hundred miles offshore the southwestern Mexican coast. In a few days, environmental conditions remain conducive for gradual development of the system. Thereafter, a tropical depression could form over the weekend or early next week, while it moves generally west and northwestward. Formation chance through 48 hours, low, near 0%. Formation chance through 7 days, medium, 50%. Alrighty, well, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe if you have not. We'll get you back in the next video, so have a wonderful Wednesday evening, folks. Take care and also enjoy the weather, because the only weather you got.